Hey, this is Cassie, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout outs to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Hola, habla Cindy, está viendo Deportes TV.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So undefeated WBO welterweight superstar boxer Terence Bud Crawford and his promoter, top-ranked CEO and promoter Bob Arum, seem to be at odds with also with his network ESPN. They're not happy with the outcome and the numbers that Terence Bud Crawford are doing on their platform, as well as Terence Crawford is not happy about how he's being promoted and being pushed and being advertised with ESPN and Top Rank. Top Rank also recently signed undefeated British lineal heavyweight champion Tyson the Gypsy King Fury lately, and Tyson Fury had 2 fights on ESPN. He fought Otto Wallin. He also fought Tom Schwartz. And Tyson Fury didn't have the best outcome as far as his performances inside of the ring, but ESPN did a great job of promoting Tyson Fury. They promoted Tyson Fury in the fights all over the place, as Tyson Fury is as if he was from here in the States. Tyson Fury is from the UK. He just recently signed with ESPN. Bob Arum and Top Rank recently signed with ESPN, but Terence Crawford has been with Top Rank for quite some time. And the fact that Terence Crawford seems to get pushed to the side is utterly ridiculous. And Terence Crawford, this is the issue that we had with Terence Crawford re-signing with Top Rank, Bob Arum, and ESPN, because Terence Crawford is not getting the best of opponents. He's not getting the best fights, and he's not being promoted. We see the likes of Vasil High-Tech Lomachenko being more promoted than Terence Crawford. We see Tyson the Gypsy King Fury being more promoted than Terence Crawford, and they're not even from the States. Tyson Fury, like I stated, is from the UK, and Vasil High-Tech Lomachenko is from the Ukraine. Yet Terence Crawford is perceived as the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. He's undefeated. He was once undisputed at 140 pounds at the junior welterweight division. Yet Terence Crawford seems to still get pushed to the side by ESPN and Bob Arum. This is the issues that we had with Terence Crawford re-signing. Bob Arum came out. He said that it's not worth him looking to negotiate with Al Heyman and the PBC to make a deal for either 2-time welterweight world champion Showtime Sean Porter or 2-division world champion Danny Swift Garcia. Bob Arum came out and he stated that both of those guys are not worth doing the business with Al Heyman for. He said the only way he could do business or wants to do business with Al Heyman and the PBC is if that of an Errol the True Spence Jr. undefeated unified welterweight superstar boxer was available. That's the best fight in the world, and that's the fight that they would be looking to make. That's the fight that they would do business with the PBC and Al Heyman. If it came down to Danny Swift Garcia or Showtime Sean Porter, it's absolutely not worth it, and he has no inkling of doing business with them to sign either. To have Terence Crawford face off against either of those guys. Also, we know 8-division Filipino superstar boxer Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao had already been signed to Top Rank and Bob Arum at the same time Terence Crawford was, yet that fight failed to come to fruition. It just never came through. And then Bob Arum, after Manny Pacquiao left Top Rank and signed with the PBC and Al Heyman, Bob Arum went on to say that he was the one that prevented Manny Pacquiao and Terence Crawford from ever facing off, because he likes Manny Pacquiao. He has a close relationship with Manny Pacquiao, and he don't want to see Manny Pacquiao get hurt. But in the public eye, Bob Arum was acting as if Manny Pacquiao was holding up negotiations. He was acting as if Manny Pacquiao was the one that didn't want to fight with Terence Crawford, and Bob Arum was also acting like he was trying to make a deal and make the fight happen. Well, all along, he had no intentions of making that fight happen. So Terence Crawford should feel a certain kind of way, being perceived as the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, being looked at as one of the superstars in the face of the sport of boxing, but yet he fails to get and nail down a mega fight. He just fails to do so. And this has to do everything with his promoter and everything to do with the network that he fights for. We understand that Terence Crawford fought when he moved up to welterweight after becoming undisputed at the junior welterweight division. He moved up to welterweight. He faced Jeff Horn immediately because he held the WBO title. So when you hold the WBO title and you move up in weight, the WBO pushes you to the front of the line. You don't have to wait on the line. You don't have to be a mandatory. You don't have to go through the ranking system to fight for a title. They immediately push you to the front of the line. So therefore, Terence Crawford was able to face off against Jeff Horn, and Jeff Horn, who beat Manny Pacquiao in a controversial situation and scenario, but Terence Crawford was able to face Jeff Horn for that WBO title. He stopped Jeff Horn. Then Terence Crawford moved on to face Jose Benavidez. Then Terence Crawford moved on to face Amir King Khan. But, these guys are not guys that we want to see Terence Crawford in the ring with. We want to see Terence Crawford in the ring with the best opposition, the best of the best. Terence Crawford is going on to face the Mean Machine Kavakuskis, December 14th at Madison Square Garden in New York, the most famous arena in the world. Yet, this is a fight that we don't want to see. The boxing public don't want to see this fight. Yes, it's a mandatory for Terence Crawford, but the boxing public doesn't want to see this fight. We want to see Terence Crawford fight the names in the division, the Keith Thurmans, the Danny Garcias, the Sean Porters, the Errol Spencers, the upper echelon of the welterweight division. We don't want to see Terence Crawford versus the Mean Machine. Those fights are fly-by-night fights. We don't want to see that. Casual fans do not know who Kavakuskis is. They don't know who the Mean Machine is, point blank and period. So it seems that now ESPN and Bob Arum are stating that they're not happy with the numbers that Terence Crawford is doing. Well, I don't know how they could expect Terence Crawford to do these old whopping big numbers when he's not facing the opposition that we could get the casual fans to know who they are, the casual fans to support the fight. They're not going to support those fights because they don't know who they are. So we need Terence Crawford to fight the best of the best. Then his numbers will reflect that of. If he don't fight the best of the best, if he don't fight name opponents, guess what? The people are not going to pay attention. Amir Khan, that fight ended in controversy. Why? Amir Khan claimed to get hit with a low blow. He said that he couldn't continue on. There was no true resolution to the end of that fight. The fans weren't happy. The boxing pundits weren't happy. Terence Crawford wasn't happy. The only person happy in the scenario and the situation was Amir Khan. They also offered Amir Khan far more money than they would willing to offer Danny Garcia, but Danny Garcia defeated Amir Khan. How does that work? Terence Crawford should be offended as the way he's being promoted and the way he's being perceived in the public eye through his promotion company and through his network. So at the end of the day, it's unfair, and this is the things that we talked about Terence Crawford and ESPN and Top Rank and Bob Arum. I can't state that enough. They coming out now and they saying that they're not happy with the numbers that he's doing. That's utterly ridiculous at this point. He just don't have the name opponents to do bigger numbers. Point blank and period. So is Terence Crawford possibly on his way out? It's the way Bomac was talking. Bomac was on the Boxing Voice with Ness. Shouts out to the Boxing Voice and shout out to Ness. He was stating, he was talking. He said he had a meeting with ESPN. He feel like they should promote him far more than they promoting him. They should give him a lot more spotlight than they giving him. But yet, this fight with Kavakuskis, this fight with the Mean Machine, you hear nothing about it. And it's at Madison Square Garden, the most famous arena in the world. But yet, you hear nothing about it. There's no commercials. There's no promotion for this fight. And they're going to complain after this fight. If they're already complaining, let's believe they're going to complain even more after this fight comes to an end. The only thing that's going to hold Terence Crawford up in this situation is the fact that you have the fight between Richard Coleman and Teofimo Lopez as the undercard, and then you have Mick Collin also as the co-main event, on the undercard, who's fighting a guy that he lost to in the Olympics that everybody thought he won that fight. So, that's going to be the savior for the card. Terence Crawford fighting Kavakuskis is just not going to do it. It's just not going to cut it. And Terence Crawford should truly be offended that, ESPN is offended at the numbers he's doing. It's ridiculous. But that's all I got for y'all. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hey, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Road. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Terence Bud Crawford and ESPN Top Rank Bob Arum, CEO, seem to be at odds. Could this be the signs of a split in the near future, who knows? Let's see how this all plays out. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.